Hello folks, this is Avidan once more. Just a quick update on this 14 killed, suspects on the run. There's 14 others injured in San Bernardino. So we're at 14 and 14. Very interesting. Alright. This is what I wanted to bring up. I had a comment by a guy. His name is, and sorry if I get this wrong, Casey Karakov, or Karakov. I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. You can write it down in your next message how to pronounce it. And I just want to have a chat with you because, you know, I've seen a few of your messages on my channel before, and I know that you're a young dude, and which doesn't matter. I just mean that you're a guy. To me, you seem like a very honest person that just sees injustice. They see injustice and they want to do something about it. And I'm not saying that that's not a noble thing, okay? And I just want to have a chat. And I'm not trying to say that you're young as in I'm putting you down or anything, okay? I don't mean it like that. I know what it's like. And so I just want to go through what was said. This was when I was talking about the breaking false flag hoax stage event by San Bernardino. I was basically picking at those who are going to just jump on this without any evidence, saying that it's a false flag, as if shootings just don't happen. So I see what you were saying, and it makes sense. But I think that we need to focus on what we need to focus on isn't whether it is a false flag or not, but just getting the word out that the NWO does exist and explaining it well enough so that they do so that people wake up to it. Because once they're exposed, they are done. Okay, so I get where you're coming from, man. I do. So let's just go on this, okay? So whether or not it's a false flag, well, I think it is kind of important whether or not you can prove this stuff, right? And if you can't prove either way, I don't know. But I mean, either way, you can say that it's staged, but how do we know that it's staged, right? Because like a lot of the times, you know, they hide behind something. I'm just gonna quickly, I don't know if you've seen my videos on this before. I'll just quickly look it up. It's called plausible deniability. Okay? And it's the ability for persons to deny knowledge of or responsibility for any damnable actions committed by others because of a lack of evidence that can confirm their participation, I guess would be the word coming on that. Okay, so what they can do is hide behind that, and if you can't pinpoint who it is, right? If you can't pinpoint who it is, people they're going to be able to turn that on you, and it makes you look bad, right? So. Not that it matters if you look bad or not, okay? Because I know if an injustice happens, you want to do whatever you want, whatever you can to stop it. But here's what they hide behind. I'm just saying that, okay? So even if you can prove that there's a false flag happening, which I don't know, man. I really don't think that you have enough evidence on a lot of these things that will wake the people who are completely into the programming up. The only people it's going to get are the ones that are really, like, I don't mean to say deranged, but like ones that are having their life is used to a strong amount of injustice, so that they're able to believe that people will hurt them like this. And then the New World Order, we'll just call that for just 1 second, they use that against us, okay? The ones that are used to gross injustices in their life, right? And then they start playing these things on you. And the media can play a real thing, making it look like the way that they did a false flag before, if you can prove one. And the only person that it really proves a lot of the time are these people who are having hard lives through a lifetime of injustices being done to them. Those are usually the only people that do. Most people don't care about this stuff, okay? And yes, like maybe the numbers of people who are waking up to it will grow, like you're saying here, because once they're exposed, they are done. No, And I'm going to explain why I think that that's not necessarily true, okay? Because maybe the numbers of people that are waking up are rising, okay? But once it gets to a number, once it reaches a critical mass, what I believe they're going to start doing is they're going to use a pendulum effect against us, and they're going to create a false flag that involves the truthers, okay? Because they've already started to talk about how it's very radical, and the radical people online talking about conspiracies and the Sandy Hook truthers and stuff. And I see the way that it's going. All they need right now is to set up a false flag that's big enough. Once enough people know what truthers are and things like that, at the right time, they're going to set a false flag that will allow them to pass laws against us from organizing and things like that. And it'll scare the rest of the crowd into doing anything. And they'll flip it on us quicker than you can imagine. And a lot of these things, they have the head counts for us. Like a lot of the times, this truth movement is this is a well-monitored movement, okay? And they know how many people are coming in and out. I would say within to the dozen, I would say they'll be able to get head counts of all these people. Once they realize that it's getting too dangerous for them, they will stage an event that will turn the whole tables on us, okay? And also, because we're online and because we have all these, like, I've never seen your face, and that doesn't mean anything, you know, and then you don't know what I do when I'm off camera and things like that. The people who head this stuff up, like the truth experts, a lot of them listen, like the Jepsies and stuff, and I'm not trying to just single him out, but there's many others. These people, to someone who hasn't gone through a life of injustices, and the ones that aren't used to dealing with psychologically deranged people, they see these people and they know they're nuts. Okay, the leaders that we have are in and of themselves narcissists. Many of them are narcissists and psychopaths. Okay, so it's not going to be hard for people to believe. Okay, the end game is that we get singled out and we get purged. Okay, and I want to let you know, just maybe I should have addressed this at first. Okay, but the New World Order does exist. Well, we have to look at what the New World Order is. And when you start looking into the roots of who these people are, you start realizing that there's nothing new about it. They're not bringing forth a new world order. They're bringing forth the same world order that always has been, okay? And once you start thinking that they're trying to take our rights away, they're trying to bring this forth, then you start believing this trap. This is the same trap that has gone over and over since time and all eternity. Okay, for example, I don't know if you read the Bible. In this case, it's irrelevant whether you believe it, whether you've read it. I want to read to you just one thing, okay? And I'm not trying to convert you or anything like that. This is just, it's a 2,000-year-old book or 1,900-year-old book, okay? So just look at the 7 woes, okay? This is Matthew 23, and forgive my typing errors. I typed them out really quickly as I was reading it last night. These are the 7 woes that Jesus said to the Pharisees. These were the rulers of the time that are these are like the ruling Jews, like we tend to blame, okay, or the Catholics or whatever. They're very much like them. If you read in the Bible, you'll see the New World Order is written all over the people that Jesus was calling out. Just listen to it. You shut the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. What is the kingdom of heaven? You can translate that to empathy and love in a lot of the cases. If you want to just translate it on a secular level, what are we doing? What are we doing? When we look at these false flags or whatever like that, I'm not hearing anybody saying their condolences for people that died. Okay, I hear total loss of empathy. That's what I hear in a lot of these things. Travel across the sea and make a proselyte, and when he becomes a proselyte, you make it twice as much a child of hell as you. you have bloodlines, okay, a brotherhood, that they will do pretty much anything for each other. And as these people grow up, you can look at it both ways. As these people grow up, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And on top of that, then on the dualistic side of it, you have the narcissists and the psychopaths that are the leaders of the truth movement, that are really just there for themselves. And listen, if you put these people in power, they're just as bad, if not worse, as these guys, because at least these guys have to remain civilized. You have people that have no concept of rules, okay, in this movement. If you look at Dabu, he just put up, well, a couple months ago, he put up a 14-year-old picture of a UN truck, okay, saying that they're here, okay. It was 14 years old, okay. There was nothing new about that picture. Swears by the gold of the temple. He is bound by his oath. So, like, they're going to do Francois Hollande, the Prime Minister of France, or the President of France, whatever. He said that he was going to do everything in his power to stop these radicalists. And you have Obama, he's going to do everything to get the guns gone and all this stuff. It's the same thing over and over. You tie mint and dill and cumin and neglected the weightier matters of the law. So they collect taxes, they raise taxes, and they forget about justice. For you clean the inside of the cup and the plate, but inside they are full of greed and self-indulgence. That's exactly what's going on now. They look like they're prim and proper in their suits, but inside they're doing dirty deals in Congress. You are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly appear beautiful and dead on the inside, full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. This is the same with the narcissists, the psychopaths that are running this truth movement, as well as the New World Order. This is from 1900 years ago, okay? You build the tombs of the prophets and decorate the monuments of the righteous, saying, if we had lived in the days of our father, we would not have taken part with them in shedding the blood or killing of the prophets. So think about it, like Martin Luther King, JFK, all these people, right? They say, they build monuments and all this stuff, right? And these are the same people that killed them. There's nothing new about this. Jesus called this 1900 years ago, or if you don't believe it, that it was written divinely, somebody wrote it 1900 years ago. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. In this case, to me, it matters very much. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Bible doesn't matter, but in this case, if you don't believe, then at least you can appreciate that this is exactly what's going on right now. All seven of them, right? There's no difference, and it all comes from Babylon, or before, like the Chaldeans, what else? The Phoenicians. It's all the same thing. It's when man thinks that they can do something to change the world. Okay, they go their own way. They stop listening. They stop giving up their humility. And often, what happens then, when they get challenged, they give up their empathy and their love. Okay, if you're looking at it from a secular way, in a religious way, it's people who are playing to be God, who are playing God. And when you look at it deep into what a narcissist, what a psychopath is, a sociopath, whatever, that's in essence what they believe. They think that they're God. They think that they can do no wrong, and if everybody just did what they wanted them to, then the world would be a much better place with them as ruler. Well, that's nothing different. It's nothing different, okay, Casey? And I know that you want to beat these guys, but the truth is, when enough people wake up to it, it's not going to be enough to our advantage. It's going to be enough to play into their next scheme, which is most likely going to be like a false flag that condemns all of us. Okay, so that's my argument for now, and I'm open to conversation with you, man. And I know that there's a couple things that I've been doing you don't like, and that's okay. I know that you're not a bad person, and you're just trying to do what's right. But I believe that you've been fooled by this New World Order, that this is exactly what they want you to be doing, to think if there's something that you can do to change the world, and in doing so, you become just like them. So this has been Avidan. May God's peace, truth, love, and grace be with you all if you seek Him in faith and faith alone. I'll be talking to you soon, Casey, and the rest of you guys, take care.